Okay, there's now 2 in the stack. I'll have to let you know. Let me raise the contrast a little bit. Maybe go to 75. See what happens with the next one. It's almost as good as it was the other night. Yeah, the skies the other night were 20.12 on the sky quality meter. Tonight it's a little bit brighter. It was, I think, 1983 on the sky quality meter. Gamma and contrast right now, 75 contrast, 1.25 gamma. And I just tweaked the black point on the histogram. Yeah, I try to include the whole Malinchem sky window in so people can see. Right now we have 5 in, 4 out. No, it does. This doesn't take the max gamma. Yeah, you lose the blues if you raise the gamma much. Let's see. Well, that's not available at this time of the year. Yeah, we did the tadpole the other night too, which is right below this. It's a much harder object to image. Yeah, M1 came out good the other night. Well, let's go to the crab, and then we can mess around with it on the fly. Crab Nebula Interactive Atlas. There's the crab. Let me stop the stacking and let me go to the crab.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
Okay. Well, the crib's in the field of view. I just got to get it centered now. We don't need 45 seconds for the crib, I don't think. So let's stop. Because the crib is right there. And I want to get that to the center there, which means I got to move that star over to about there. So let's move. Okay, let's see. Go into exposure time stop. Let's go with 20. Let's loop 25 seconds. Default histogram. Default color adjustment. And let's see. Okay. So that's a single 25-second exposure, Simon. So you like going with, again, we're at max gain, 160. And you're suggesting max contrast and max gamma. Okay. So there's max contrast, max gamma. Let me lower the histogram to about 75 and see what shows up. And then I'll start tweaking. Oh, and I also want to increase sharpness to about 200. And now let's stop and go with a longer exposure, like maybe, did I use 45 the other night? Let's see. Okay. So now I have max contrast, max gamma, max gain, 45 seconds. And the first image is coming in shortly. Three, two, one. That might be too much. It's called also do a white balance. maybe I don't need 45 seconds. I'm going to 30 seconds. Okay, let's see. Okay, the first of the 30-second exposures is coming up. Looks pretty dark, Simon. Where are all the other parameters? So, Maria, I guess your camera didn't show up. Hopefully the post office brings it tomorrow. Good night, Marie. I won't be up much longer myself. I have a long day planned for tomorrow. Yeah, Simon, for some reason it got a lot darker than it did the other night. I think I have to lower the gamma. Let me go to 60 on the gamma. 1.5, I mean 1.5 on the gamma, 60 on the contrast. Okay. Yeah, people ask, they want a quick cheat sheet of how do I set the parameters for a certain object on a certain night? And it's like, there is no such thing. Here, you can start with a certain setting, but then you got to tweak and play with it to get the way it appears best for you. Knowing that you can tweak it and it's not going to damage the camera. Some people, good night, Graham. Yeah, some people have a fear of tweaking. How do you say that? You just push the sliders around until you get it the way you like it? Swag? Oh, okay. Like I said, we're not going to get there until the Sunday after the Star Party starts. We couldn't get reservations earlier than that for the 2 weeks that we wanted to be there. We may still try to see if there's some cancellations where we could show up a couple of days earlier and be there for the whole 8 nights. But right now we'll be there at least the last 7 nights of the Star Party. This doesn't look bad. Well, I'm going to try one more thing for tonight, and then I'm going to have to call it quits. Where is RASC finest NGC objects. And what is that called? I don't know how much of the rosette I can get in. Yeah, it's a Saturday night through the following Saturday night. It's 8 nights. Yeah, we're going to get there Sunday. Hopefully, we'll be in Flagstaff before the start party, and we'll stop at Lowell and help them out with their cameras there, and then it'll be a short drive from Flagstaff to the Grand Canyon on Sunday, so we can be ready to observe Sunday night. So I'm going to head over to the Rosette.
Telescope slewing to target.
And this will be my
Telescope
last
slew
object.
complete.
Nope. I want to see how much of the Rosette I can get in. 3 days for you, it's going to be like a week drive for us because we're towing a 39-foot trailer behind us. Not quite the same. Yeah, Jeff, Dewey will be moving. Oh, that's not a bad piece of the Rosette. I want to move those stars to the up to the top. Let's see. I want to move that star to about here. Okay, so let's see. So I can get the dark nodules at the bottom showing up. Stop. Yeah, we're still debating on how we're going to go from the Grand Canyon to Rocks. Are we going to go directly to Rocks, or if we're going to come home first? We'll have to see. Okay, that should be close enough for government work. Okay. Let's erase the 2 little blue dots. Bingo. Bingo. Stop the exposure and go back to 45 seconds. Loop. Yeah, Dewey, if you're going to go back out west, you got to check out Bryce and Zion, which are just north of the Grand Canyon. We did those last time we were there in 2017, and they're gorgeous. Okay, so we got the first 45-second exposure coming in. Hopefully I caught the bottom part of the let's see what the next exposure brings. It's got the part I wanted to look at, but it's kind of washed out. Much better. Much better. Okay. Now let's do some average stacking. That is pretty. My little heater by my feet is not keeping up. It's only 50 in here, but boy, when you're just sitting down, not moving around, you really don't warm up. Okay, the first one's in the stack. Yes, 45-second exposure, max gain. Yeah, the gain is at 160. Contrast is at 60. Gamma at 1.5. And now there's 2 in, 1 out. There's all the Bach globules, the dark nebulae, and they're really jumping out nicely. Yes. Okay, this is a big target. I lower the gamma a little bit, maybe 1.4. And the contrast to about 50. Yes, it is, Nino. Let me, I'm gonna go get a sky quality reading now at the end of the evening, see if it's changed. It was 1983 earlier. It's gotten a little bit better. 20:05 now. It was 19.83 earlier. It's 20:05 now, so it's probably 5.7 magnitude. Well, folks, I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. It's been fun. I will post some videos captured with Snagit tomorrow, and I also have been grabbing images as we go along. I'm at 144 images since the last time I started the camera. But y'all have a great night, and we'll do this again as soon as it clears up. Good night, David, Nino, Jeff, Dewey, and guests. Good night for now. Have a good evening.